Hey everyone, welcome back to 4 Heroes of Light. In the last episode, we beat Roland and unleashed the darkness in his soul onto the whole world. So now we have to go around and find out exactly what happened, and as you can see on this screen, Spelvia appears now. So in order to get out of here, just ride on the dragon. So as you can see, the whole world is kinda dark now. There's just like this sort of purple haze over everything. And of course, we can ride the dragon anywhere in the world. I also really like this song. It's probably my favorite in the whole game. It played back in NVIDIA, but I didn't feel like bringing it up then. Anyway, our only instruction was to visit every nation of the world and see exactly what was happening, so I think Horn here is a good place to start. Looks like everyone here is still a stone statue. Darn it, we still don't know how to save Horn. We're not gonna rest until Horn is safe and sound again. The fields are dry and barren, we have to make them fertile again. I knew it, Father isn't here, but where could he have gone? So you might remember there were a few doors with silver locks on them that we couldn't get before. In this part I just want to go around the world, see exactly what's going on in all of the different towns, and gather whatever treasures we can. First up is this windmill here. Greetings, the name's Sid, and I am your stats and info man. How about it? Want to know the score? Playtime, battles, treasure boxes, max damage, steps, searches. That guy just tells you a whole bunch of random information. Of course, his name's Sid. Every Final Fantasy has to have a Sid. Get a high potion and a high ether from his house. Back in Horn Castle, there was one more locked door from a long time ago. And this is the one I seriously recommend you go pick up. You notice something's a little bit different here. Instead of having a guard in front of this door, there's now this sort of black haze in front of it. Use the magic key. And we get the Soul of the Massa, magic attack plus 10, intellect plus 5. That's going right on to Jusqua. Soul of Thamasa is just a recurring magical boosting accessory throughout the series. I don't think it's usually a lot stronger than this, but it's still one of the best magic boosting equipment you can get in this game. It's named after the town in Final Fantasy VI. Nothing else to do here, so we might as well just move on. Whenever you want to call the dragon, just use the dragon harp. No random encounters when you're flying the dragon either, and you can go anywhere. Next up, we'll check Gera. Ever since the king changed, our country has been thrown into confusion. Moonfolk were destroyed, fighting the seal away Asmodeus, the demon of the desert. If you check the weapons store. They have different equipment for you now. I actually want to grab the Spell Fencer armor for Brant here. Hero armor, we don't need that. Aerie has it. Say that a castle of sand appeared overnight in the desert to the east. Strange, I thought that castle was there for a long time. Go into this room we couldn't get to before. With a seedling from the great tree, we could transform this desert into something lush and green. Talk to all the animals in here. A little secret from me out of you. Good things happen when a scholar puts on a pair of Hermes sandals. I don't know what that means. I never used the Scholar Crown, and I've never gotten the Hermes sandals because they're from that multiplayer shop. 4 forbidden towers stand in the world. Once you enter them, you have no place to go but up. There are crowns hidden in the 4 forbidden towers. We've actually already seen some of these forbidden towers. If you remember, I showed one on the way to Urbeth, and there's another in the lighthouse in Liberté. Unfortunately, we can't get into any of those towers yet, and we won't be getting to the towers for a very long time. Ooh, I'm gasping for a drink. Go in here. Bought an unusual urn the other day, but it broke as soon as I got it home. Now I have to find another. So this is the magical kingdom of Gera. I think there's some new items we can buy here. Berserk Tome, Protect Tome, Magic Tome, Shell Tome, Confuse Sleep Flash, Science Break, Poison. Not really anything of particular interest here. Actually, I want to buy Aerie Magic. Remember, all bonuses stack in this game, so we've seen magic before, enemies have used it, it's a boost to your magical attack. That'll also stack with Trisko's Magic Mojo and Spell Focus. Don't need this anymore. Don't need that anymore, don't need that for right now. I want to switch her back to the intellect, to the spirit ring, I mean. Great to have the whole party back together again. Always gives a good feeling of completeness when you get them all together in RPGs. Don't need the Shine Cape for right now. It's a really old urn that was used to seal away a demon. Would you believe I sold it for 10,000 gil? So presumably that dude broke that urn, and the demon was released, and it caused something to happen. Anyway, there's one shop we couldn't get to before. Use the animal staff. There's another magic shop back in this direction. I have the best stock in Gera. He has Quake, Quakera, and Quagga. You don't really need earth magic. It's not as useful as it might seem. We've got Curaga, finally. That's a party HP recovery. I want to grab that for Aerie right away. And Asuna cures ailments. We're running out of money here, so I say we stop off in Urbeth next and try to make it back. If you haven't noticed yet in 4 Heroes of Light, the Ga spells like Fireaga or Blizzaga, they target the entire group. So let's go to Urbeth next, because I'd like to make my money back as well. So there's some kind of strange demon stuff going on in Gera. The King's Change, something about a great tree seedling. That's all we need to know there for now. Next up we're in Urbeth, and it looks like everybody here is wearing white this time. This is Urbeth, the city of faith. It's a bad time to visit, however, for we're gripped by a terrible plague. medicine, but I lost it. That statue there's changed. Not afraid, the hero Roland will save us. At least I hope he will. I'm afraid he won't be, because he's dead. Okay, he's not dead, but it seems like we're kind of taking over for him at this point. That will start... Talking to him starts the whole story here, and I don't want to do that yet. I just want to do this trick a couple times and get some more... I don't have enough ethers, do I? We're just going to do the old ether trick a couple times again to get our money going. So there's a lot of new equipment in the various towns I want to pick up. Another thing you might have noticed, this is what I was talking about when I said you could only hear the night themes like one time throughout the whole game. That's because day to night no longer happens, and every town has this sort of cursed town music going now. That's not the right one. I'll see if I can, like, cut this part out if it takes way too long. Alright then, we're back. I played this game a bunch of times, and after getting the right setup, I actually sold every ether, like, immediately, so I think after the darkness falls, this game gets a lot easier. So it might be a good idea to stock up on money right around now. Anyway, I want to buy some things here, actually. This 10,000 gil Mutsukanami, attack plus 13, I'm gonna give that to Brant. And he's going to use that whenever we need a non-elemental weapon. I've seen all this junk before. Magic attack plus 11, that's not bad, but it's not as good as Trisko's staff. Don't need anything else from there. Now we can check the accessory shop. That apothecary appeared as soon as the disease started spreading. Power ring, turtle shell, black ring. Doesn't look like anything's changed here. If you're desperate enough to pray to the gods, then you better equip some of my accessories as well. They say the demon Beelzebub once brought down a plague just like the one we're suffering under. If you're looking for medicine, the store down the lane should be selling some. You have lots of money, right? Finish the tower to the sky so we can beg the gods to save us. I don't think begging, well, at least begging Roland isn't going to do much good at this point. From here we can get Fire of Fire and Faraga. We're actually, oh, we've got the Arise Tome already. I'm going to save my money on that for now. Not that money is that big a deal, we can just come back here and do the minigame whenever we want. This town was originally a place of faith and religion. So it looks like things haven't quite moved on a lot, rather they've reverted in some way. Hero armor, I've already seen it. Paladin armor. Defense, magic defense, and HP. Fighter gi, scholar gown, party host wear. That's not really anything good at all. I want to get the paladin armor later on. Don't really need that for now. So Urbeth's under some kind of plague now. Gonna go to Liberté next. Freetown of Liberté, center of art and culture. I'm gonna start looking around at all the shops here again, of course. Those are just the water tomes. We don't want the water tomes, but one of the towns has the blizzard tomes, which are just the same thing but better. What a beautiful town. It's quite a contrast to dusty old Gara. Oh, I didn't talk to Brant and Gara or Beth, did I? This town harbors some sad memories for us. Liberté Glassworks Fair is about to get started. They're just animals that travel through the woods. I've seen fairies there too. Oh, right, this. I'm gonna go into this store, and the prizes here. There's one item called the music score. Just grab that, and just put it right in storage. And then something should happen. O heroes of light, how mighty you have grown. Long, so long have we waited for this blessed day to come. To thee I grant this gift of light, upon thy head a crown of might. And we get the crown of the musician just for buying that thing. Really, I probably should have saved my points up for some kind of good weapon from one of these stores, but it is a new crown after all, so we might as well see what it does. It's not one that I use particularly often. Enjoy enhanced stats in the presence of a bard. Its ability is Serenade. We're not going to be using it. Sigh, Lilibel. Did I just say sigh? That's lame narration. Going on to the island, I think we can get some new items around here. This is a silver lock, which means so we can get into this house now. This house has a few treasure chests. We can get another soul of the Masa. This one's got a stunning harp. Don't really need that. We get a remedy from that one. We don't sell Liberté vases or anything like that, but we've got fabulous weapons. Fire axe, we're gonna want that. Holy shield, of course, just like with every other shield, I want to grab 4 of those for a boss fight that uses light. Monk robe, intellect / spirit +10. I think it might be a good idea to grab that for Juswa. Flowing harp, don't need it. Bandit gear, can actually buy flame spears, so I guess that wasn't a one-of-a-kind item. We don't need the fire axe. This guy's the same as the shop back in town. This actually lowers his intellect, which I don't like. More defense, though. I'll keep the scholar gown on him for right now. That tower there has a gold lock on it, so we can't get in. Actually, there's nothing else we can do here for right now. We can actually talk to everyone just by going into this house. Brant just says, look at the ocean. Brant usually has the least to say out of everyone. Soul of the Massa or the stunning harp in his inventory. I might switch that on at another point. So really all we're getting from Liberté right now is the pirate captain is acting strange again, and there's some kind of glassworks fair going on soon. Next up should be Arbor, then. looks like Arborok's back. That guy, something familiar about him, but we're not going to talk to him quite yet. Sure not to cause any trouble, there's a great debate now about whether we should put up a barrier to keep humans out. Let's see what these guys have. They have the Great Tree Dagger, which isn't really anything special. Spell Fencer Armor again. Sniper's Ring, which gives accuracy. Ranger Bow. Book of Dryad, Fairy Cape. We've seen all this stuff before. What we haven't seen before, I believe, is up here. These are unique tomes. This is Leaf Tome, which is 5 magic attack, but it's non-elemental. We actually want to buy both Leaf Aga. Actually, Leaf Aga can go into the storage. And just regular Leaf. I don't need Leaf for I don't need Fire Upper right now. I don't need Blizzard Upper right now. I like to just have a lot of different sort of elemental spells on Trisko at this point. Which means I'm going to give him the regular Blizzard Tome, regular Banish Tome, and we don't really need Quaker Arrow. Those elements aren't really used that much after this point. Give him Dark Leaf. He doesn't really need Mirror when we're just walking around. I want to rearrange Ares' skills as well. Hide is useless, so I'm going to give her Karaga instead. And Asuna. This isn't like any other forest I've ever seen. Smell the air, so clean, so fresh. It's like my bedroom. Okay. Well, we're going to need... We don't have a whole lot of context for what's going on here, but I just want to move along. We're going to be getting back to Arbor soon enough. So next up is NVIDIA. Southern Sun Temple once kept this land warm and safe, but now... It's too cold now. The dragon will never come to lay a new egg. There's a legend that the great crater in which NVIDIA is built is the site where Spelvia was once rooted to the earth. Roland left for Spelvia, and the Ice Queen appeared in the Sun Temple to the south. Say physical and magic attacks don't really work on the Ice Queen unless you're a legendary alchemist. Stand this chill. You really think Roland will save us? I find it difficult to believe. Want to check the weapon shop, of course. Get some very, very interesting items here. The Evil Lance has 17 attack, which is the strongest we've seen yet. I want to put that in storage for a little while. We're going to be needing it later. Don't really need anything else from there, though. There's that throwaway line of dialogue that explains why Roland's so old. These guys, I think, have what we're looking for. They have Darkaga and Blizzaga. Blizzaga is much stronger than Wataga is, and it's the same element, so don't bother with Wataga, just buy Blizzaga. Got some Alchemist Gown. Defense, magic defense, accuracy, magic accuracy. And that'd make Eri lose spirit, actually. I don't want that on her. We're a bit low on money again, which is kind of a shame, because I wanted to buy both of those tomes. We'll come back for them later. Maybe I'll just buy everything off camera and let you know in the next part. Seems like NVIDIA is cursed to be cold forever. Now we got one more place left. went back to Spelvia, things have changed there as well. Which I think is over here. These guys will still attack us, so we don't want to bother with that anymore. Just start talking to them. We can buy the thunder spells here. They're weaker than the banish spells, so don't really bother with them. Unless you really want the paralysis. Which I don't, so just stick with the banish ones. Holy knife, bolt bow, shining blade, shining axe, white bolt, holy shield. Got the dancer clothes right here. Still got the same boost to spirit, but it makes Ares defense go down. Party host wear sucks. Don't need the shining staff. And that's everything. So let's go around and talk to the golems and the goats and see what's going on here. Roland meets no one. The darkness in his soul grows. I fear the demon Lucifer may take advantage of this weakness. If you want Roland, I saw him going into the caves under the island. So Roland's not here anymore. Read his diary. Mother and father son. I thought that changed. I could have sworn he had more diary entries here. Anyway, a lot of people are probably pretty confused about what exactly is going on in the story right now, because the game doesn't really make it clear. What's happening is, after the darkness in Roland's soul was unleashed, it warped space and time, and we're now 15 years in the past. So, there's all these kind of issues going on that were already long resolved, or just kind of forgotten about by the time we were going around the world for the first time. But now that we're in the past, we can sort of resolve all the problems that we still saw around before. It's complicated. I didn't understand this when I first played this game. I just kind of assumed that, like, nobody remembered you and it was the future or something. But no, this is actually the past. Roland can stand up and be the hero he was meant to be. Look at this huge city float in the air. It's not really a huge city, it's just kind of like this little courtyard, some caves, and that one other thing. We already heard that. Let's see, we can't get into Roland's soul anymore. Anyway, now that everything's kind of been set in motion, I think next time, in 4 Heroes of Light, we're gonna start going around to the towns again and try to solve all their problems. So I'll see y'all then.